One member of the core three officially has the mid three, whatever you want to call them, officially has a new home. We know the Chicago Bulls have been looking for trades for Zach Lavine, haven't necessarily been successful. Also rumored to be willing to move off of Nikola Vucevic. Pat, I'm going to throw this to you. Do you think that we see another trade of the core three prior to the season starting?
I think if you're going to see anything, it's going to be Zach. But I don't know what team is all in on him now. Does Duarte and a Portland pick add to that now? Right? Like I don't see that being the case here. Do those right now that you've gotten those second round picks back in? Do you include the Portland pick and maybe those second round picks to move on from them? So it's like they were never here. I guess maybe I'd feel a little bit better about that if you're moving on from Zach Lavine, but. I think that if any Bull would be moved, it would be Zach Lavine, and I just don't know how at this point they get that done. And the league is spoken. I'm sorry, right? Like that's the part that sucks, and you kind of have to wait until maybe there's a next time that the league can maybe reevaluate, and that's probably the trade deadline. And yeah, that's 50 games into the season, just about, and it sucks. But I don't know why. The Bulls are, unless you offer like a 2026 first round pick. I don't know why a team would just be like, yes, like we're willing to take Zach Lavine off our hands, even though we weren't. Because let's be real. Now we've seen, and this tells you what they're telling you. Every single player that could have been moved before Zach Lavine has been moved. Everyone. There's nobody left now.
Hell,
and LeBron
Kevin
James
Porter Jr. got back in the league before Zach Lavine got moved.
Bro, Miles Bridges was like, I'll stay in Charlotte. like if we being real, like every single player that could have been moved before Zach Lavine has now been moved. Yeah. Or has re-signed or is signed somewhere else. Like that's telling you what this Bulls team or what the NBA thinks of Zach Lavine as a player. And Rich Paul can go on all the interviews he wants to, and he can. And let's be real, Rich Paul kind of dropping the ball with these clients lately. Is it just me?
Like, I think what we're seeing is the league really realized, like, hey, Rich Paul has kind of had us in a chokehold for like 5 to 8 years. I'm tired of it,
bro. Like,
I think that's really what's happening, bro.
It's kind of crazy, bro. It's kind of crazy. So I don't think I don't know if Zach Lavine would be moved. I would say he has the best chance. I think Vooch is here. I think Vooch is a player that they're going to say, you know, we're going to run him out there and we're going to try and get the best out of him. And then by the trade deadline, we know that teams will be looking for a center every single year. Teams are looking for a center that can go out there and, you know, there's going to be some team that's offensively efficient that can't rebound the basketball well. We already know how that's going to go. Yeah, I mean, and so there will be a market for Vooch, and teams just aren't in that market right now. I don't think that both of them get moved before the season.
I don't know how aggressively the Bulls have tried to move Vooch, because with his contract only being $20 million, I don't really think, and you look at some of the other deals that have been moved, I don't think the Bulls would have that much trouble moving Nikola Vucevic if that was just, like, if they were as focused on moving Vooch as it's been reported that they've been focused on moving Zach, I think Vooch would have been moved already. Yeah, I saw a comment in here, and this is a question a lot of people are bringing up. Have the Bulls done enough to be bad enough to keep their own pick? I think that they have. When you just look at the Eastern Conference, Pat, tell me when you think that I'm at any point in this rant, when you think I'm wrong, just say, hey, hold up, all right?
All right.
So teams that are better than the Chicago Bulls in just the Eastern Conference: Boston Celtics, New York Knicks, Philadelphia 76ers, Cleveland Cavaliers, Orlando Magic, Milwaukee Bucks, Indiana Pacers.
All
right. That's just in the Eastern Conference. Miami Heat. Eric Spoelstra, Heat coaches, putting them above the Bulls, in your opinion?
I'm going to say yes, because I think moving Bam to the 4 is about to explode his career. So I'm going to still say yes.
All right, cool.
And they got our boy.
Then let's go to the Western Conference. Our Western Conference. Every team that made the playoffs last year, OKC Thunder, all of them better than the Bulls.
Like 5 of them that didn't.
Exactly. The New Orleans Pelicans, with the moves that they make, I think they'll be better than the Bulls this year as well. The Kings are going to be better than the Bulls. Yes. The Golden State Warriors. No, I'm not even that in the weeds. The Memphis Grizzlies, who were a lottery team last year, all they got to do is get back healthy. They're better than the Chicago Bulls.
Ja Morant healthy makes them better than the Bulls.
The Houston Rockets.
Yes.
The San Antonio Spurs, with the moves that they've made, are they going to be a better team than the Chicago Bulls next year?
You know what? I'll put us in that range.
And the range, so same range.
I think that's kind of where the range is, because I think San Antonio will be. I don't think the Bulls are going to win 11 games this year. Okay. So, like, I think the Bulls are probably going to win like 35-ish games, which still puts you in a losing season bad. I think that the Spurs probably take that level of jump with Chris Paul. Not a bad veteran squad. Chris Paul, Harrison Barnes, and adding that to Wemby. Yeah, I can see that.
So I'm just saying that, like, I've seen this a lot where Bulls fans are doubting if the Bulls have been bad. Are they going to be bad enough? Keep in mind, we still have the same 3-point shooting woes that we had last season. Yeah. We have we've gotten worse defensively than what we were last season as well. And it's a new team that, yeah, it's going to play a more exciting style of basketball with getting out in transition more. That doesn't necessarily, more exciting doesn't mean more wins, is what I'm saying. So,
but you know what? And I think here's the thing. That all depends, right? It depends on.
You do look like you are extra in Vice City. I just been trying to put, like, the people walking the background of GTA Vice City. You definitely, like, I'm sorry, but go ahead, continue.
Hey, man, listen, don't hate on me because I'm beautiful, baby.
No, hey, I just think you look bad. I'm just saying that you look like an extra. Like, if you were standing in the background of Vice City, you feel right in.
I look like that dude that accidentally gets shot. That guy.
This is minding their own business. Yeah,
he was just walking. But no, I think that this is all very dependent on we know what the Bulls' faith is. The Bulls' faith is that Kobe White is going to take a step. Patrick Williams is going to take a step. Josh Giddey is a piece that moves. So right now, I do agree with you.
Yeah.
If Kobe White becomes a 25-point per game player because of the moves made this offseason, that changes things. If Josh Giddey turns into the 16, 7, and 6 guy, or 7 and 8, whatever he was when Shea was out, that changes things. Right now, you're having a different conversation on the team, because now you've got a team that, are they leaps and bounds better? No. Mm-hmm. Can I see them competing for like a 7-8 seed? Yeah, because to me, that's a team that has a little bit more. You think
this team that couldn't win 39 games last season can compete for a 7 or 8 seed?
Well, listen, the bottom
we just named 8 teams that you think are adamantly better than the Chicago Bulls. That's even before getting into the play-in area.
But I think they're better because I'm basing it off of what we've seen from these young.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm saying if guys take a step, right? If Kobe all of a sudden is like the lights out scorer that everybody hopes that he's going to become, it's a very different team. All of a sudden you're looking at it, you're like, well, offensively, what's that? Maybe we still got some defensive issues, right? Maybe there's some defensive woes. I don't think we'll have as many rebounding woes. Well, even though we were a decent rebounding team this year, but I don't think we'll have as many things we're worried about on rebounding woes. I think if you get into spots where all of a sudden you need more rim protection, you've got a couple of players on the team that can do that as well. Now, like, there are things where if pieces hit, you're in a better position than you were last season because you knew what the pieces were. The biggest question on all of that, though, is that big if word, because if has been the biggest problem for the Chicago Bulls for going on 3 seasons now. Yeah. If Lonzo Ball was healthy, we're a very different basketball team heading into every season. Lonzo Ball ain't been healthy. So I think that's right now. I do agree with you on everything that you said, but I do think that big if Kobe White takes that next step, we may see something different out of this Bulls team.
Well, see, the thing is, I don't doubt Kobe White making the next step scoring-wise, but I don't think that that's going to translate to a huge amount of more wins for the Chicago Bulls with the place where the rest of the team is. I think this is a year where we're going to see some exciting basketball from the Chicago Bulls, but I don't think that they are going to be a threat to make the playoffs, like as a 7 or 8 seed. Like,
well, you still in the play-in.
I mean, I even think that they could miss the play-in potentially, depending on how this goes. But we'll see. We'll see.